checking out the linemen. So Jake Johnson and all them, I was shooting them.
That seems.
And I was shooting, and a runner, somebody went by me real fast. I didn't know who you were. I'm not, but I'm just like. Anyways.
That was y'all's freshman team pretty stacked. Wait, did you have like Zayden and Crump? Oh.
Yeah, I think I scored like 20 touchdowns that season.
Yeah, everyone.
All right. Third Down Media.
Mark Henry here with Third Down Media, an exclusive interview with two of the best players, definitely in the state of Texas in their respective classes. Last year, Walnut Grove. Look, they took everybody by storm. They finished 11-2, district title, and made a deep playoff run. We were with two of their leaders and two guys that you need to get on your radar. Of course, 2028 quarterback Hayes Hackney and senior running back Cam Newton, and my guy Hammer Media in the building. We're going to hit you in the head three ways. That's what Third Down Media does. First of all, guys, congratulations on a successful season. Hayes, we'll start with you. 11-2. There were some big games there that you guys kind of started off with, and I'll let Hammer a little, explain that one in a little bit. But just talk about the expectations coming in as a freshman starter.
I really didn't have any expectations. I felt like there wasn't a lot of pressure, especially being a freshman. So every game I went out there just was having fun, played relaxed, and I feel like that has helped me a lot throughout the season. So.
Now, Cam, big shoulders. You were coming in as a junior, a leader on the offensive side of the football. Over 2,000 yards rushing, 31 touchdowns. You came in and you set the tone offensively for those guys along with Hayes. Talk about last year a little bit.
I just felt like last year nobody really believed in us, so I didn't have weight on my shoulders. And the work that we put in that summer before really built something for us and motivation because we worked really hard, and I feel like we proved it last year.
Now, Hammer, you were at the particular game, and we were kind of conversating at the same time. The Emerson game, I think that was a turning point. Talk about that.
Yes, I was shooting another game, but I was following the game. And I was talking to you at the same time, and you were like, Hammer, their offensive line is pretty big. And I'm like, yeah. And then you were saying like, I'm kind of impressed. He's real cool under pressure and everything. So as that game was going, we were talking. Right. I remember we were talking. Absolutely. And you were following the game. Right. So I think it's a turning point because, they started out with Newman Smith, and that was the first game. And then that third game was, okay, what do they have, right? And then, because Emerson was pretty good because the year prior, they had the quarterback that went to Oklahoma, and they went deep into the playoffs. So it's like, hey, this is going to be a test right here, which it was. And they went to Frisco, seconds left in the game, rolled out, hit him in the corner to win the game.
Absolutely.
So right there, set everything off.
Absolutely. Now, Hayes, cool, calm, and collective, that's how your game was described. You seem to make the right read and process things quickly. Talk about that a little bit.
I just trusted in my coaches and my teammates, I believe, they did a great job getting open, so I knew all I had to do was just give them the ball, especially on that last play. We've worked on that all week in practice. It was just a great play design. Luke did a good job getting open and just...
Absolutely. Shout out to my guy, Luke. Now, Cam, I like the way that you're featured in this offense. Talk about your role in the offense, because you can do a myriad of things. Not just a runner, but a great pass catcher, blocker. You do it all.
Oh, yes, sir. I feel like I try to be a every down back, so I feel like I could be used in any way that they need me. So if they need me to block, I'll block. If they need me to catch a pass, I'll do it too. But I feel like Coach Allison sets me up for success because we'd be practicing plays for who knows how long every day. So I feel like he puts me in the best position I could be.
Now, speaking of Coach Allison, he's been one of those guys that's been at the catalyst for getting you guys the success that you had last year coming into this year as well. Speak on him just a little bit.
He's a great coach. He really preaches on us about being good young men, not just great football players, I really like that about him. He's a good person. And he pushes us every day and just pushes us to be our very best. And I feel like him being our coach last year was a main reason why we were 11-2 and went far and did great things.
Yeah, I feel like he's a father away from home because, he treats us just like we're one of his kids, basically. and I feel like his IQ for the game is like top tier, and sometimes he lets like me or Hayes do our own thing in the game, and he just lets us be us for real. And he's just an amazing coach in general.
Absolutely. Now, expectations for this year. You talked about 11-2, district title, a deep playoff run. But now, the target's on your back, winning a tough district that features Melissa, Lovejoy, and Anna. You're going to be the hunted dog now. Speak on the offseason, how the team's looking so far.
Our team's looking really good. We worked really hard this offseason, especially, and with the target on our back and like all the good teams in our district and how difficult it is. It's going to be tough, but I feel like our team this year is a lot different than last year. We have a lot more leaders, and our defense especially. I feel like our defense is going to be a lot better this year and make a big difference in those games.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like our defense first of all is top tier, and I feel like we have lots of people coming. We lost players, don't get me wrong, like Luke, but we also gained players, and I feel like even though we're the hunted now, I feel like we could do even better than last year. And like people like, we didn't even have Brock last year, and he's a dog for us. And I feel like we have more people that want it this year and that are even more bought into like what we're trying to do this year.
Absolutely. Hammer, your expectations for Walnut Grove this year?
Well, another run, like Hayes was saying, it's on their back now. Everybody knows who they are, right? So, like, you guys got better, but everybody else got better. So you got to go into that situation like that. So one of the things that that your offense is going to score. So that defense has to have a number. We got to be under this for us to win, so to speak, right? The defense is better. I got a chance to see him during the off season in the weight room. They're all stronger. That offensive line is huge. So that's great. I mean, to have protection and to have the offense that you have is the younger guys are stepping up. Like the guys that we've talked about, and they're here and they're stepping up. So he has Cooley, he has some of the same guys, but he has some new weapons coming in, which is great. But I see the biggest change on the defensive side. I really I see them all buying in, and I see they really have this energy going on that defensive side. Even the offense is pulling like during practice for that defense when they make big plays. So that's what I'm seeing this year, and I think they're going to have another run.
Absolutely. Well, look, great expectations of what you expect coming off an 11-2 season. You got two of the top guys at their position in class 2028 and 2026 in Cam Newton, Hayes Hackney. But Greg Hammer and myself, 3D Media is coming, man. Third Down Media. We're going to hit you in the head 3 ways, 3 different times, and we'll come right back at you. Mark Henry here with 3D Media, Third Down Media. Exclusive interview with two of Walnut Grove's finest, Hayes Hackney and Cam Newton. Let's go in the trenches, guys. Talk about some of your O-linemen that we can expect to see to be key contributors this year.
I feel like our O-line is a lot better than last year. They're a lot bigger, stronger. And so, one of our key guys, Lucas Hickey, he's our left tackle. Air Force commit. He's a dog for us, and he just is really a leader on and off the field. And, our whole O-line's great. Like right tackle, Jackson Hooker, he's he's going to be a junior this year. I feel like he's going to make a big difference this year. And our O-line, I feel like, is just going to show everyone, like, how much, like, they've improved. And, like, just going to shock everyone, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like Jackson Hooker is a dog. And I feel Lucas Hickey, he sets the tone for the O-lineman because he's the senior of the group and, like, the main leader for them. I feel like he has the big role, and he just expect lots of pancakes this year from them.
Absolutely. Now, when you guys face some of the better defenders on your team, talk about the D and what we can expect on that side of football.
Yeah, one of our linebackers, Brock Hatcher, he was injured last year, but he was actually a safety his first year, and they moved him to linebacker. I feel like he's going to make a big difference. He's a leader. He pushes everyone else in practice, and he likes to talk a little bit of trash, which I like about.
Makes practice competitive, right?
And, And I feel like he's just going to make a big difference.
Yeah, I feel like Brock's like one of my best friends, and I feel like he has a mentality that we need on this defense to show like the dark alley for real. And he's a dog. Another player we should look for is upcoming junior named DJ. He's 6'4", and he can be the edge or outside linebacker. So I feel like he is another dog we need to look for on this defense. And I feel like on the offensive side, we don't hype up Cooley enough. Hayden Cooley, he has an offer from Syracuse, but he is one of the hardest workers I know. And like every rep that he has is his best rep. And upcoming sophomore also is Chase Jolly. I feel like the scrimmage the other day, he had a spectacular catch. And I feel like he's a piece that we need because I feel like he can step up for one of our receivers that can go up and get it.
To piggyback off of him, one of our guys on offense, Zayden Crane, he improved a lot over the summer from last year. Got a lot faster. Just he's making crazy plays in practice, and I just feel like he's going to be a player to watch out.
A lot of speed.
A lot of speed. Well, I think that's going to be the difference. You know, Luke was one of those guys that saw a lot of things on the outside. But you mentioned Cooley, you mentioned Jolly, and those guys.
The big cat.
Yes. You know, shout out to my guy, the big cat. He's holding it down in the middle. You know what I mean?
And I also, one last player we should look for is Nolan Buckles, a slot receiver. He's a dog and athletic. And I feel like he slept on.
His breakout year, I think.
Breakout year.
Okay. Now, before we get out here, Cam, let's talk about recruiting. Your recruiting's picked up a lot this offseason. Recently, Sam Houston State and some other schools are starting to jump in the mix. Speak on your recruiting journey and how that's kind of ramped up this offseason.
I feel like my recruitment has been different because I played my sophomore year, but also it was our outlaw schedule. So I feel like last year was my first for real year of recruitment, and I feel like I took advantage of that, but I also wish I had another year of recruitment because usually people are already getting recruited. Like Hayes is already getting recruited his freshman year. And I feel like I am a year behind, but also it's a dream to have the offers that I already have. And hopefully I just want to show that I'm one of the top backs in the DFW this year and hopefully wake up the bigger schools in general too.
Well, it's on the way. I think you just got to continue to do what you're doing. Putting up over 2,000 yards is nothing to sneeze at in the state of Texas in 5A football. That's saying something. And I think everybody's going to start to jump on, especially the first few games, out of the gate, which, like I said, Walnut Grove is on the map now because of you guys, Coach Allison, and the program. I think once you get those things going, and Hayes' recruitment's picked up as well, you guys are going to see those things come. But, we appreciate you joining us today. Go ahead and give out your social medias where everybody can follow you at.
My Twitter is @Hayes12J, and my Instagram is _Hayes Hackney _.
My Instagram and Twitter is both Cam Newton _2026.
Listen, man, Walnut Grove's in the building. Exclusive Third Down Media interview with Hayes Hackney and Cam Newton. We'll be back with another episode next week right here on Third Down Media.